All right. So to wrap it up, I just have to thank my opponent because he just made it clear of how harsh it is for residents with all these restrictions, according to Mr. Brown, Jerry Brown, who has decided that, I mean, our California governor, Jerry Brown, that has announced that new regulations have to be cut by 25% on residents. And he talked about how brutal these restrictions are, where you're gonna have to stop washing your car, you're gonna have to start watering your lawn at certain hours, and that is fine because we're trying to contribute to save water, but these restrictions should be also applied to the commercial and industrial institutions. So, although a large portion of our public water supply is used by residential consumers, commercial and institutional buildings can account for 17% of the municipal water demand in the United States. As significant water users, commercial and institutional facilities have the opportunity to conserve these precious resources and save on their operating costs. They also talked about how we failed to address I'm sorry. Well, I'll just move on to the agriculture usage. They talk about that the agriculture institution is not possible to limit their water usage, but I believe that there is. I mean, 80% of the agriculture is problematic just because all of the product that they grow doesn't stay in California. So most of it is for exportation, and to me that's actually a very bad something that is really bad, because instead of saving our water, or I mean, if they were using the water to for production of goods that are going to stay in the country, then that would be fine. But most of the water that we're using, or they're using, is being used for their benefit, because that's being sent overseas. Many think about alfalfa in terms of the sprouts that end up on sandwiches, but the vast majority of the nation's alfalfa output feeds livestock. The relative low-value crop uses up about a quarter of California's irrigation water, but contributes only 4% to the state's total farm revenue. According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, it's not the alfalfa itself that consumes more water than other farm plants, says Mark Grimsmer, a professor of agricultural engineering at the University of California, Davis. Problem is the farmers grow alfalfa year-round in what is essentially a desert. So a big problem is that the plants or products that we are growing here are not even for the climate. So just to wrap it up, I would just suggest that these negative impacts on water consumption could be addressed in a different manner by the government. They should definitely put restrictions, or harsher restrictions, on commercial uses and to big companies, so that way we could save a lot more of our water.
All right, thank you.